And got my salmon patty that I custom made with tortilla chips mixed inside of it. And I put egg whites, which were in a liquid egg mixed. And when I was cooking, you put the patty on first, you flip it, and then after about a minute, you put the egg whites right on top. And then you put whatever seasoning you want. I put just pepper, and salt was already in the pan. You put salt in the pan before you even put any oil in it. This time I accidentally put oil in it, but it's okay because you're eating it, and it's going to go soon, so just do it next time. Just like Linux upgrading. Just do it next time. Upgrade. Today I'm keeping my computer off for an entire day. I'm not going to use it at all. I'm only going to use my iPhone today. These are little things you can do to extend the life of your workstation. Anyway, I don't know if I was covering the mic just now, so I'm going to start over with just my eggs. Anyway, today I'm thinking about how I was talking to my friend Brandon. We're talking about how we want to start a business. We're thinking that we want to just make a basic model to work off of. And what brought me to this video is that I want to talk about a model of a business. What do we mean when we say business model? Sometimes we say business model and we actually mean other things such as how we want our business to run, how we want to interact with each other. And I was just thinking about, we could just make an FTP server, and I can, put it on some FTP server. It's anonymous, and the only people who would have access to it would be me and Brandon and my friend Josh. The only thing is I need to set up the server so that only I have writable access. They would have to email me everything that I would put up there. That would increase security because it would only allow one user to control the flow. And that's where I think my job is. I have to control the flow. And so really what it all comes down to is that if I have an FTP server separate from the mail server, see, in the mail server I'll have all access for all users. And then from there I will pull out what I need and implement it into the single machine. That's the only privileged machine. It's complete root access. Not just root access, but you know what I mean. Anyway, or maybe you don't. Either way, I'm going to continue talking about what I was talking about, which was, we say business model, but how are we supposed to interact when we have a whole world that we're all common together, but we all have a different perspective? We were all born in a different place and time. These are true things. These are true statements. See, this, when I make my videos, I always like to say only true statements. And this can be verified. Anyway, all I can say about the subject is, from my point of view, when we say a world model, maybe we need to take a different approach when we meet new people. Like, say, I want to meet. I already know my friend Brandon. We've already met. Obviously, I've known him for 10 years, and see, what I'm thinking is that, what I'm thinking right now is that this is an audio only video most of the time. It's not only, it's audio with intervals of video. So it's a viable video on YouTube. It's not like it's not like I'm bound to put an audio file only in audio format. I mean, what if I want to use video format? It's easier on my end, on the user end. And that's really what it all comes down to, is user appreciation. Because without the users, there's no master. Without the master, there's no users. It's recursive. And that word keeps popping up. I think there's a little bit of truth to that. Anyway, I'm eating my lunch. This now, normally, in a real life situation, this time would be used to be talking to somebody on the phone. And usually in a conversation, since this is only a one-way conversation because it's YouTube, except in effect it becomes a two-way conversation because of the comment system. The comment system allows you... Anyway, I'm not reading, I'm just making up a reading. Anyway, I know it sounds similar to when I was reading out of the book. Either way, now I lost my train of track. See, this happens every so often. I'll just keep talking about something else because there's ways to manage our time. Using different methods of managing our time doesn't even matter in the long run. Really, all that matters is the end product. But then you have issues such as cultural problems and situations that happen. Like, what do I mean when I say this? People get really frustrated and angry when there's, like if someone gets fired and in the news it says they were fired because they were black, then what this means is that the owner of that company seriously needs to just slow down and say, look, it's not about my company, it's about you as a person. And you can't make someone do that. It's just who you are. It's not like there's like you can the fact that you're trying, the fact that you're trying to get better, the fact that you're trying to do it means eventually it'll be impossible for you not to do it. If you stick with something long enough, and this whole post all started with me reading my face. Before I made the video, I said, you know what? I can do things in the processes before I start the video. And so what I did was I checked my text messages and I checked my email. See, when I did that, it means that no matter what happens, I at least have that done because it's something that is independent. It's independent of a set time. Every single time you check your messages, it's going to be different. So, those are things you have to do. You don't really have to do them, but it's best to do them. So every time I make a video, I automatically check my Facebook messages, and then I check my email. Used to be where you could not check your email